Let's go with Ben's comment first. Ben says, right now, Craig, are you FSG in or FSG out? Nothing for me has changed since John W. Henry and FSG made that mistake. For me, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and that was the Super League stuff. To me, that was my last straw. So I would say technically I'm FSG out, but I want to caveat that by saying I'm very worried or very mindful of who might come afterwards. So I'm not going to sit here and say that they're the worst owners in the world, because I think that would be absolutely unfair of me to say. They've made plenty of mistakes, and they seem to be, I don't want to say cheapskating again when it comes to transfers, but that might be a phrase others would use. But they have made positive steps. So the Spirit of Shankly stuff, the board member or the member of the Liverpool fan association in the Spirit of Shankly at board level being able to veto certain things, that's a positive step. They've done a lot of good things, but I have to say I'm as confused as anybody how every single summer we're back in a position where it's, where's the money? How have we got no money? We're being told that we've got record revenues, record sponsorship deals, record partnerships, record shirt sales, but it's always we've got no money. And that's the part that I think a lot of us find really frustrating. So I suppose from that sense, nothing has changed for me after the Super League. But I would say, I don't want to quote Ian Ayre here, but kind of be careful what we wish for, because anybody that buys a football club the size of Liverpool isn't going to be Johnny Local, dumb good, or an out-and-out Liverpool diehard fan who's wanted the club their entire life, because football clubs now are valued in the billions, and it's only going to be venture capital funds, investment funds, government-backed funds that are able to buy football clubs these days. So I think we've got to be a little bit careful in what we wish for, but I'm certainly by no means happy with the ownership that we have right now and certain things that they've done. I hope that answers it. I know I told you it was going to be a bit long-winded though. Right, Philip said, this is City, Chelsea, or this is fact. No, I'm butchering this for you, Philip, mate. Sorry. Philip has said, the fact is, City, Chelsea and United will all strengthen this summer. If we want to win trophies next season, we have to as well. I don't disagree with you, Philip, but I suppose what I would say is, and the reason that the phrase massive gamble is in the title of tonight's stream is because it is just that. It's looking like a summer where Liverpool will make signings. I've got no doubt about that. We'll see 2 or 3, maybe 4 new bodies coming to the club, but it won't be the names that we all sat there and hoped for. It won't be Mbappe's or Sancho's or Kane's or Haaland's. It will be the type of signing that Liverpool have made under Jurgen Klopp in the previous 3, 4, 5 years. So you'll be talking players that will come in that will have good reputations, maybe not stellar reputations, maybe not household names to absolutely everybody, but players who have been thoroughly researched and players who will hit the ground running and will add to what we have. And I think, to be fair to Klopp, to the recruitment team, to Michael Edwards, that has worked to an extent. But we are in a bit of a different world now. We know that FFP is basically dead and buried. We have seen Chelsea go and spend a huge amount of money last summer and looking like they're going to do it again this summer. We've also seen that Manchester City's owner Sheikh Mansour has come out and said that they will absolutely replace Sergio Aguero. We know Manchester United want to sign 3 or 4 players, Jadon Sancho being one of them. So I guess where I'm going with this is, at what point are the club over-relying on Jurgen Klopp's brilliance and the coaching attributes that he has, that Pep Linders have, that the rest of the team have, and how much of their own inefficiencies are being masked by the brilliance of the recruitment team and the coaches? And I think that's the type of way I'd look to look at this, because I understand we've got to cut the cloth accordingly, but where's the money? Where is the money? I know if I asked this question to a journalist or to somebody from the club, I'd get the answer, we've got the second highest wage bill in the Premier League, we pay a very high average wage, the contracts are incentivised, blah de blah de blah. Fair enough, but we don't have anybody on over 200 grand a week. Manchester United's goalkeeper, who by the looks of things isn't even guaranteed to be their first choice keeper, is on 350 grand a week. And our best player, Mohamed Salah, well, I say best player, of course that's up for debate. Van Dijk's right up there as well and a few others. But let's say one of our talisman, Mohamed Salah, he's sitting there on a wage of about 200 grand. So like I said to you guys before, the reason I'm maybe a little bit downbeat here, and I don't mean to be, I just want to be realistic, is that I see the same old thing unfolding. I see that it's going to be, well, we want to renew the contracts of the players who've brought us success. We want Van Dijk on a new deal. We want Fabinho on a new deal. And that's great. That should happen. But at the cost of bringing in other top quality players, that's where I think a lot of us kind of say, no, I'm sorry. It's time that we roll the dice. It's time that we invested in one or two world-class talents. And you'll get people that will come back, and I understand the point, that will say, Craig, that's not how Liverpool have acted as a club over the years. That's not how we've done business. True, but I'm going to go back to the point where we have massively increased our revenues. We have massively increased the marketability of the club. We've won the Premier League, another European Cup. We've got Nike on board. There's so many things that just make me, as a mere mortal, sit here and scratch my head going, where on earth is the money? How can it be the same every single summer? I don't know. That's just my take on it.